other news, the chief of police has identified this act as familiar with current homicide cases they've been recently dealing with in Toronto. He also stated they will be going full force and need only 1 week to apprehend the gang, just in time for the Chinese New Year's celebrations.
Wanted for murder in Russia, Japan, Brazil, and the United States.
One man must stop the world's deadliest assassins. Before he reaches a dead end,
Actually, that'd be cool. That'd be cool if you can use your voice. Yo guys, this is MoVernie and Move. What's cooking? What's up? This is MoVernie. Welcome to my show live in studio. Right now, my special guest, which is action film actor as well as director Tas Garcia, is right here. He's going to promote his film called The Dead End. And inside Dead End, there will be a special appearance of a special someone. So stay tuned to check out who's that special appearance. Now, today there's What's Hot. There's a lot of things I want to tell you. And most importantly, I wonder if you ever check out Jimmy Kimmel's celebrities read mean tweets, and the reason is that it's really getting a lot of buzz. It went viral, and it's just amazing seeing celebrities reading all these negative tweets about themselves and just want to see their reactions. And check it out right now. If you haven't seen Jimmy Kimmel's, you got to check it out. It's just funny the way they actually read their own tweets and their own facial body language and everything.
Thank you, Chemotherapy 7, and good luck.
Don Cheadle seems like the kind of guy who I wouldn't want to hang around with under any circumstances ever. He's so f***ing whack, honestly.
Ashton Kutcher needs to get hit by a bus ASAP.
I hate Courteney Cox. I hate her. Ho. That's sweet.
If I said it once, I've said it 100 times. Andy Garcia.
Mindy Kaling is not funny or attractive. She has an annoying voice and just plainly sucks. Why does she have her own show? I feel like this is more than 140 characters.
David Blaine looks like his voice is putting his face to sleep.
Don Rickles looks like Yoda.
Ethan Hawke seems like a guy who wasn't supposed to be a movie star, but he slipped through the cracks and everyone was just like, okay.
Matthew McConaughey is a turd. Turd. What the f***'s a turd?
Oh, f*** off, June Squibb. Ben 1283. You f*** off.
I hope Jeremy Piven falls off in public.
Kit Harrington is a pretty terrible Jon Snow. In the show, he seems like a big bitch with a stupid look on his face. Hashtag bad casting.
Emma Stone looks like she smells like cat piss. Okay.
Gary Oldman sucks, and his accents are annoying. Yep.
Sofia Vergara sounds like she has a in her mouth. I hate hearing her talk. What's wrong with having a in my mouth?
That was pretty funny, don't you think? You know, like, if you haven't watched out Jimmy Kimmel's, other than his love for Raw Ford, this is another segment that he's really good at. But what's your favorite celebrity who read the mean tweets? My favorite part was when Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey, I think his facial expression just sums it up. But I'm not so sure about why all these negative tweets like to tweet about like dick and D-I-C-K, everything. Every one of them seems to be talking about that. But Twitter users, what about you? How do you feel when you get a negative tweet? How do you fight over that negativity, and do you get one, and how does it make you feel? How are you going to fight through the negativity? For me, you know what? I have thick skin, and I'm just going to read everything that anybody just write. You know why? Because if they're going to tweet to you, that means they put an effort to want to talk to you. So whether it's positive or negative, I will by all means, I welcome all the tweet messages, you know. Now, you know what's hot? Last week, there was a live performance at First Canadian Place. In case you're working in downtown financial district and along the Toronto path, there is a lot of live performance, a lot of seminars, webinars by First Canadian Place. And, you know, it's good for people who are at lunch, they have nothing to do, or they just want to check out. So last week, at the fall stage, Tyler Shaw, 2012 Much Music cover, as well as another pop artist, writer, Royal Wood, collaborate together and perform right at the fourth stage. Now, I interviewed Tyler Shaw before at Chum Fan Fest, and one of his first single was Kiss Goodnight. So the song is like this. I don't wanna kiss goodnight. I don't wanna stay here forever. But you know what? I couldn't sing. So let's check out Tyler Shaw's performance at First Canadian Place. That was a really good performance, and actually Tyler actually have another new song that's coming up and is going to be showcasing later in the summer. You got to check it out, and I think the song is called It Happens All the Time, so check it out. It was a beautiful song, and I can tell you it's going to be another hit. Now, in case you're seeing that footage, for some reason that security guard is kind of distracting there, but you know what, next time I hope that the security guard may be moving a little bit. But Tyler Shaw's voice and the guitar is just amazing. Now another performer, Royal Wood, was also on the same stage, and he's showcasing his songwriting, and we should check it out. Amazing performance by Royal Wood, and I gotta say, Royal, his first name is very memorable. I think he's probably the first person that I know that has named Royal Wood. And you know what? If you haven't checked out First Canadian Place, check out their website and check out the next coming schedule, because they're going to have a lot of patio live performance outside in the yard, and there are a lot of contests where you can sign up and win contests and win gifts and everything. And you know what? I wish next time when I interview Tyler Shaw, he probably showed me some guitar skills, because I suck at guitar. I couldn't even play, so maybe he can teach me a little bit. Now, last week I also got invited to attend this special men's clothing store, menswear, right at Yorkville, and it's called the Lording Menswear. And the reason I was there was going to taste some beautiful Courvoisier cognac tasting. Now, I'm not really good at drinking all these hard liquor, but that was a beautiful night, because they actually have a person there that actually teach you to learn how to smell it, how to taste it, and tell the difference between different quality. And the amazing I learned about it is that there are 4 different types of Courvoisier cognac tasting and everything. But the beautiful part is that they all have the same alcohol, 40% content, but yet, because of the different methods that they make this drink, that you have different flavor. So let's check out what he has to say.
So what they're doing is they're aging it in the first set of your typical French oak barrels, and they're actually putting it into a second type of oak barrel, also French, but it has a higher char on the inside. The end result is, again, a completely different liquid. How does it look?
That was a beautiful night. Not only I get to taste all the different cognac tasting, know the difference, but also there were beautiful Italian meat as well as cheese, just come in hand. Beautiful. And stay tuned. My interview with Tas Garcia is going to be soon, very soon. Check out the commercials. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Bashir, and this is Manhattan's. We're one of a kind in the path, located in the Bay Adelaide Center Food Court. Aside from offering great food, great value, good service, we offer fresh food. Everything's made in-house. We have an open concept space very unique in a food court location. Usually things are made back of the house. Us, we do it in front of you. You see your food getting cooked to order, topped the way you like it. We have 15 different toppings to choose from, 12 different sauces to top your burgers with. We have an assortment of 5 buns. Many of them are bakery fresh, brought in every morning. My favorite burger would have to be the Big Texan burger. It comes with sauteed mushrooms, sauteed onion, bacon, and cheddar.
That was some juicy, beautiful, signature, one-of-a-kind handmade burgers from Manhattan. Now, you know, this week, man, this past week, you know, MoVernie is always on the move, trying to give you as real content as possible. That's why I'm always on the move. So busy last week, but you know what? The best part is I'm able to share with you guys. So last week, I also went to Speakeasy 21, which is located right at the heart of Toronto Path, Financial District. They're going to have a patio season very, very soon, so be sure to check it out. But Speakeasy 21 last Thursday, they always have a special music performance on Tuesdays and Thursdays and DJs on Saturdays. But last Thursday, it was something special. It was crowded. You know, like when you're working so hard for almost the entire week, you want to go and grab a nice drink, beautiful cocktail right there. But there was a live performance, and there was a special guest appearance. And guess who it was? It was actually Stephen Paige, former Bare Naked Ladies lead singer. And Stephen Paige was there performing, singing a lot of songs such as My Old Apartment. He basically warmed up the whole restaurant. Everybody was surprised. You could see the facial expression of a lot of people. They're like, whoa, Stephen Paige in the house. Hey, you know what? I got front row seats standing right there, and he did a good set, good 40 minutes. And check out some of his performance right here.
Chance to be shameful. Jane, I wrote a letter she should have got yesterday. Life could be better by being together. Here's what I can't explain to Jane.
That was an amazing night. Let me tell you, Stephen Paige still have game. He has a beautiful voice. It's just that he has a very unique voice. And basically, he said that he's going to release an album coming up at the end of this year. So stay tuned, follow Stephen Paige. Hey, and guess what? I also, the last week was a fan screening of the amazing, one of the biggest movie of the year, Godzilla, which is basically here. And this is the special part. I've been tweeting and showing you all the pictures that I took. The Toronto PR team for Godzilla is amazing because they set up a disaster zone that duplicate like the Godzilla right at Elm Street and Yonge Street. And there was a helicopter, there was smoking coming out from a train wreck, cars smashed, and director Gareth Edwards actually was on hand to answer questions for the media and greeting the fans. And let me tell you, that night it was raining. It was wet, but everybody was still showing up with support. And check out this video footage of Gareth because the PR was telling him that he has to leave early because he's late for a fan screening. But check him out. He actually still continued to spend his time to meet every one of the fans.
Thanks, guys. We'll come back. We gotta get to the square. Oh, man. Gareth? Gareth? Yeah, take it real fast. Sorry. Got it? Can you sign my book? Can you take a picture of me? Just one more. It's dead. It's dead.
You know the best part about that video is that how real he is, and you can see that he was about to leave, and then he decided to make a U-turn and greet and sign my autograph. And the best part at the end was the permanent marker wasn't working, and he said, "It's dead, it's dead." And you know, he instead of signing an autograph, he did a picture, and I got a selfie with him. That was amazing. And Godzilla is amazing. Check out this trailer here. Is just amazing CGI and amazing, probably the king of monsters.
Flashing lights, crashed cars, even a subway run amok. Elm Street was transformed tonight for a new film featuring a famous monster.
Haha, you got punked, man, because I was telling you that it was a trailer. No, because I want to show you all the hard work and behind the scenes, how much work that the PR and Warner Brothers set this Toronto disaster stone. As you can see, there were a lot of work overnight putting everything together. And in case you haven't watched Godzilla, I recommend you to watch it 3D IMAX. You get the feel of the thing, and this is probably one of the best movie of the year this season, and I hear a lot of good views, good vibe already from this. Now stay tuned, keep it locked. I will have my special guest, Ashton figure, Tas Garcia. He's going to show me some moves too. Keep it locked, MoVernie's up here. Yo, guy, welcome back to MoVernie Live Studio, and beside me is action director, action film actor, and also stuntman Tas Garcia. How's it going, bro?
Good. How you doing?
Now I know, like, every time when I greet someone who's action, I always like want to make sure that he would show me some moves, man.
I know, but we could be friends today.
Yo, but Tas, you told me that there will be a special clip of a special someone that will be appearing closer at the end of the show, but that is a special appearance of that person, though.
That's right. It's a cameo of someone that you know very, very well. And I'm not going to say any more. I think when you see the clip, you're going to have a blast.
So, Tas, first of all, it was very nice interviewing before, and you have the film called Briefcase, another action film. Now, congratulations, because you have another film, which is called The Dead End, which will be having a red carpet on June 8th.
That's correct. Yep, June the 8th, Bloor Theater downtown, Bloor Hot Dog Cinema. 700 seats, 2 floors. It's going to be fantastic.
Not too shabby, man.
Yeah, it's going to be, you're going to be there, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. Red carpet, man.
Yes.
I love red carpets. You know that.
Yep. Dressed to impress.
Oh, VIP media experience. So, Tas, tell us more about how you get into being the director, stuntman, and action. Why action?
Action, I guess I was just born into it. You know, I was always playing sports as a kid, so that's action right there. I did martial arts my entire life, and it's been fantastic ever since. The stunts and the parkour and all that just came hand in hand with my acting. You know, I always tell people, be careful, I'm not really a stunt actor. I'm an actor that performs his own stunts, because a stunt actor doesn't necessarily act. They could just say, hey, we need a stunt guy, crash into a car, fall into this building, go through this glass, and then afterwards it's like, okay, now we need the star on set while the stunt actor recovers it at the hospital, right? So yeah, with myself, I don't do any stunt doubles for anybody. I commit to the character, and if it says my character has to jump out of a bus, from one roof to the next, I'm gonna do it myself.
So, are you self-taught in your own stunts and your own martial arts and stuff?
You know what? It's been self-taught. It's been professionally taught. I've gotten a chance to work with Jackie Chan's stunt team once, and it's been fantastic. You hear a lot of people that are always saying, "Oh, I'm so old," and I'm 30, I'm 32, and then you look at Jackie and he's sitting at maybe almost 60 now, and he still jumps, and people say, "Oh, he's so much slower." You know what? You're 30 and you're saying, "I'm so old for this." I'd love to see them do it when they're 60s, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, some of it's self-taught. Some of it is professionally taught, and then of course try and error, and you see what works, what doesn't work, and then you have to find the perfect mix of what works for the camera and what works for real life scenario, right? Because when you're let's say in a fight scene, you can't really be hitting people all the time or getting hit all the time, even if it were possible and the people were perfectly fine with it. Like I remember for Expendables, one of the guys got a gash on his forehead, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm perfectly fine." And I think it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? And he's obviously he's in wrestling. He gets cut all the time, broken all the time, sent to the hospital all the time. He's like, yeah, let's just keep going, right? But he didn't look at it from a filmmaking perspective where that could be problems for makeup and continuity issues, right? So they do it from one angle, there's a gash, and then from the second take now there's no gash, and vice versa. It's it's for continuity's sake as well.
So you look at you're fit, very fit. Do you do a lot of training, and how do you come up with your choreography and stuff?
You know what? When I come up with my choreography, there has to be an inspiration. There has to be a reason as to why this fight is happening. I grew up watching a lot of martial arts movies, and sometimes it's just, hey, you're wearing a blazer, right? And they're just fighting for no reason, right? Oh, that's my sister. You looked at her, right? But I always try and find a story within a story. So we follow the script, and then we create the sub-story, which is the motivation as to why this conflict, the physical conflict, is about to unravel and unfold.
So Tas, tell us the story plot about Dead End, and what the audience expect to see.
Well, expect a little bit of action, expect a little bit of drama, and expect female assassins that look great. They move really well as well. So they don't only look great, they fight, they flip, they take people down. They're very smart about it. And the most important thing about that movie is you're going to see lots and lots of twists and turns that you don't expect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, talking about female assassin, because a lot of action movies always like the male is always dominant. So this one is the female with the looks, the skills, and intelligence.
Absolutely, yeah. She was kidnapped at a young age, and she was trained by her boss, Scorpion Head, and
the boss is called Scorpion
Head. Absolutely, yeah.
Yo,
Scorpion
that's
Head.
awesome.
It's fantastic, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a code name in the movie, right? He wouldn't want to be known with his regular name. A lot easier for the police to find him, right?
Yeah, it sounds very deadly and poisonous.
Exactly, right?
Scorpion Head. You know what? Let's check out the trailer, and then you can tell us more about the production of this trailer of Dead End. So first of all, what's the title Dead End? Like, how do you come up with that name?
Dead End?
Yes.
It's a relationship.
Okay.
And in other news, the chief of police has identified this act as familiar with current homicide cases they've been recently dealing with in Toronto. He also stated they will be going full force and need only 1 week to apprehend the gang, just in time for the Chinese New Year's celebrations.
Wanted for murder in Russia, Japan, Brazil, and the United States.
One man
must stop
the world's deadliest assassins.
Man.
Good job, MoVernie.
Hey, I try to be multitask, man. You're a director, stuntman, and actor. I got to be more than just a TV host. Oh, there's quite a number of sexy scenes. Oh, look at Tas holding that gun. Hey, your hair looks different there, Tas.
Oh, I know, right? I gotta sell all these different looks.
Yeah. So, like this one, it seems there are a lot of Chinese New Year, and you also talk about the local of Toronto. I've seen a lot of scenes there.
Yeah.
What is the greatest challenge to to take scenes and films in a local city like this?
Honestly, the challenging part was to make everything look the best it possibly could.
Okay.
You know, you go to Chinatown, a lot of the times there's lots of people. It's really dense in terms of traffic, right? So we gotta wait for people to cross from one side to the other. That could take us half an hour until we find a little spot, and it's go, 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 film, 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 and hopefully we get it right. You know, sometimes we'll have the people, you know, ask them nicely, guys, we're shooting right now, and they're always nosy, and you know, they'll see a camera and they come up to you and they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? And I remember one time we're like, hey, we're planting a tree. Clearly, you can see that, right?
So there are a lot of actions, and what's your role in this film?
I play Inspector Franks, Inspector Leon Franks, who's working on the case of the female assassins, but he's always hitting all these roadblocks. He can't seem to find an answer, and the only clues he has about these assassins was when they were 3.
Oh.
So a picture of a 3-year-old,
3.
and you know, when she's a teen, or you know, she's a lot more mature now.
Right.
It's a lot harder to find that way, right?
Now, Tas, as a director and also an actor, how do you kind of like separate your roles, or what is the greatest challenge to have 2 roles together at the same time?
I think it was more than 2. It was ridiculous. You know, you're in character and it's like, what are you talking about, right? And then 2 seconds later, it's like, Tas, that was great. Now come take a look at it. I'm like, wait, I'm not Tas. I'm Inspector Leon right now. Okay. So I got to go walk up to the camera, check it out, you know, and then change my hat again, put Inspector Leon's hat back, and then walk back up to them and be like, all right, yep. Action, but it takes me a while to shift the gears again, right? Get back in that character. So that's why, actually, with this film, it was a lot easier than some of the previous projects we've done, because I had someone that was really good next to the camera, and he was, you know, my eyes when I was not there. And he'd be like, okay, that's great. Now let's try, you know, a different delivery and so on. And I was like, yeah, you know what? When I'm not there, I trust your opinion. Make me work, and then I'll check it out, and we'll agree on, you know, the angle or whether it was good or not.
Now, as you said, this movie is dominated with female assassinates. Is there actually a lot of female action actress there, or was it difficult for you to select them into the film, or how's your process?
You know what? It was really tough, but really easy at the same time, because, you know, being in the industry, I know a lot of models, a lot of females that are beautiful, you know, but they don't necessarily have the physical capabilities, right? And they look great in a bikini, but then maybe they can't backflip, or they can't flip or take a hit, right?
Right.
So I had to find somebody that was willing to go through a little bit of training and ready to get down and dirty and rugged. And, you know, it's okay if, you know, I'm going to take you down and you're going to end up in a puddle of water from old rain and oils on the ground. And, you know, they came through, and it was fantastic, right? It was really good. And again, the fact that there's no budget, we had to, you know, discuss it and be like, hey, are you comfortable doing this scene? Are you comfortable doing that scene? And that's really the tough part about it. But like I said, there's lots of beautiful females out there that are friends of mine, you know, models, actresses, but the fact that there was going to be a physical challenge, that made it a little tougher, but they came through, and it was really good. It was a great job.
It's really high quality. Now, speaking that you just mentioned that this film has no budget, and I know that a number of your films are no budget. How do you get everybody as a team to willing to spend their time and contribute, knowing that there's no pay, and you're able to produce such a great, high-quality film productions?
You know what? I think, like we've spoken about it before, and of course, how you are with people, that's a very important factor. But I think I've earned the respect within the group of people I've worked with consistently, whether it was behind the camera or in front of the camera. And you know, they were a little iffy the very first time we worked together, because there was no budget, and then they got to see what it looked like, and they're like, okay, this guy, even though we're not getting paid monetary, you know, I can give you $10,000, you spend it, but nobody has anything to see from the 10,000, right? You were soldier number 722, so nobody really sees you, and that's something that's huge for anybody that's non-union and they want to turn to union or become principal actor in front of camera. They always need demo reel footage, right? And that's one thing that I'm able to provide them: high quality Blu-ray style, Blu-ray quality demo reel footage to add to themselves, of course, an IMDb credit and exposure, film festivals, red carpet events, and you know, it works out really well for them.
Yeah, so basically you're sending a message to people who are in film industry, especially in the school, telling them, you know what, anything can happen as long as you have a will.
Oh, yeah.
And you have a team that you're able to produce such high quality films.
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons, you know, where one of the first things that I've heard in film school you're taught is you need money. You need to apply for bursary or some kind of financial support to be able to hire a camera crew, get catering for the cast and the crew, be able to get permits for locations. And I was like, you know what? That is very true. Of course, having money will make your life so much easier. Access to locations, permits. You don't have to do a guerrilla style. You don't have to worry about, you know, spending a little money on gas or food or any of the stuff. But there's a completely different sense of you know, it's satisfaction that comes with doing something when people are like, no, it's impossible. And then you do it, you're like, haha, now what, right?
You must be proud.
You know what? Honestly, the red carpet event, people are asking me if I'm excited for myself. I'm like, no, it's not even about me. It's just about these people that invested their time and effort and sweat and days, you know, and months on this project. I really want them to have that experience,
so Tas
the
is
glory experience, you know.
So Tas is making a special shout out to his team right now.
Exactly, right? That's for everybody that was part of it, in front and behind the camera. This couldn't have happened without any of you guys, right? And that's the thing. It's a family feel. It's not about ranks. It's not about any of the, you know, you're a thug, I'm going to beat you up, you're less superior than I am. No, because if I'm a star and I'm fighting you, you will make my move shine. If you're not there, then I have nobody to showcase my skill on, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. So Tas, what's your next project and what's your game plan?
My next project, it's pretty funny. I just launched. Even though I said it was going to be my final directing, I kind of seem to suck at quitting the directing thing. But we just finished shooting a music video for the World Cup, and it's been released on Vivo and Much Music.
What?
For Viva Chambers, yeah.
Yo!
Yeah.
World Cup is going!
Yeah, yeah, and the World Cup is coming up around the corner. Yeah.
Yo, I can't wait to see that, and wow, very...
See, that's a surprise for him.
No, that's a really big surprise. I didn't know. I love World Cup, man.
Yeah.
And to know someone actually produce something that's with the theme is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was lots of fun. We shot it on a span of a day and a half, and it looks great. It looks fantastic for the budget we had. We had a very short, like very, very tiny budget. And the producers came up to me and they're like, we know what you did for no money. This time we're giving you a little bit of money. Let's see what you can do. And it was great. It was fantastic.
Well, Tas, you have a lot going on. And what's the website people can go and check out The Dead End?
They can go on the YouTube channel. They could go on IMDb. They could go Red Dragon Productions.
Wow, Red Dragon.
Yeah, .com. Just Google it. And it'll pop up.
Now, if people want to watch your film, is there still tickets available?
There are tickets available. Again, if you go on the website or if you go on CP24, it's already listed there as well. They tell you there's two different kinds of tickets that are available. There is the regular, which is $10, and there's the VIP, which MoVernie over here has.
Hey, you know I love VIP, man.
Actually, I didn't give him a ticket. He's getting a media pass.
Hey, MoVernie is always on the move.
Yeah, but they get a swag bag. They get comps for the VIP after party. And
sounds good.
Second floor balcony seats.
These are great.
It's a huge theater.
Now, Tas, let's watch that special clip of that special appearance of that. Yeah, one man.
Let's do this. Oh, here it comes. Nope. And
let's see if director Joseph can pause that.
Hold on a second. She's looking.
Oh! Yeah!
Yo,
here's the clue. Who's this guy?
Who is this guy?
There's a fedora, there's a shade, and there's a blazer.
Yes. Who could it possibly be?
Oh my God! You know what? That's why it's so special. It was a fun night. MoVernie is the cameraman here. That was a very classic 90-70 camcorder. I was running around with it.
Yep, absolutely.
And you know what? It was a really fun day to make a special appearance on your movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's amazing.
It turned out great. He did a great job. I don't know if he's better, in front of the camera or behind the camera. I think he should do it both.
You know, it is a very interesting experience, and you know what? People who actually saw this and you realize I'm special there, I'm sure you're cheering it for now. You better cheer for me, man. And Tas, really happy to see you here, and you're continuing to pump out a lot of high quality productions and senior teamwork, and can't wait to be on the red carpet interviewing your cast on June 8th.
I can't wait to have you there, MoVernie.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a pleasure.
Make sure you go on June 8th, buy the tickets, watch from Red Dragon Productions, check out Dead End the movie. And you know what? You want to see who I'm going to be interviewing next week? Check out TorontoPath.com. Follow me, MoVernie. And MoVernie Live Studio is out of here. I will see you next Wednesday. And MoVernie is out of here.
We're out.
Woohoo!
the chief of police has identified this act as familiar with current homicide cases they've been recently dealing with in Toronto. He also stated they will be going full force and need only 1 week to apprehend the gang, just in time for the Chinese New Year's celebrations.
Wanted for murder in Russia, Japan, Brazil, and the United States.
One man must stop the world's deadliest